Hello, Capricorn. Welcome to your love reading for November 2025. I hope that you are all doing well. We are going to be jumping right into it. First, I'll be pulling some oracle cards just to grab the overall theme and energy surrounding your love life this month, and then we'll be diving even deeper with tarot to get all of the details. So this reading may resonate if you or your person have a Capricorn sun, moon, rising Venus, or any other strong Capricorn placements. And if this reading happens to resonate, you can find the link to the extended reading in the description box below, but we'll talk more about that at the end of the reading. But enough of me talking, Capricorn. Let's get into it. So overall theme and energy, please, for my Capricorn collective, November 2025. What is going on? Confusion. All right, so there may be a bit of a confusing situation that I just feel like something may be a bit up in the air, or there's just a situation that you don't quite understand, but this makes so much sense with this Mercury retrograde, which I believe it starts the 9th of November. Wild card, so something unexpected is coming in. A bit of a surprise. This is going to be an interesting reading. Let's grab another card here. What's going on for my Capricorns? Okay, 2 wanted to come out. 3. Giving and receiving, trauma involved, spontaneous. Let's just take a moment. Practice self-love. You may be very focused on yourself at this time. Let's just grab the blocker challenge here, and then we're going to get into the tarot. But I just want to grab this very quickly so I can go over the oracle cards with you, so I have the full picture of the overall theme and energy here. Soulmate, fresh start at the bottom of the deck. I don't take these in the reverse either. Interesting. Okay. So what I'm really sensing here, Capricorn, with confusion, you know, when people aren't clear with you, when you're getting mixed signals, when you're trying to interpret someone's behavior instead of actually hearing the truth from their mouth, it's this is that gray space that I'm picking up energetically, like this gray space between the known and the unknown. It feels like someone is acting in a way that just doesn't match what they said, or the energy is shifting without explanation in some way, shape, or form. And then we have giving and receiving, trauma involved, and then spontaneous. And this, as you saw, all flew out together. So I don't feel like this is a simple situation. I feel that for some of you, someone may have been open, generous, giving, and then out of nowhere, something may have changed. For some of you, there could have been, and this is just for some of you, someone may have gotten hurt here, or there could have been a little bit of conflict. But for many of you, I'm sensing that this person, just something shifted unexpectedly here. And it feels like it's like the scales were starting to balance, or at one point they felt balanced, and then trauma, old wounds, or unresolved triggers got in the way. And then when we have, you know, spontaneous mixed in with the trauma involved, it feels like a moment where someone acts quickly, impulsively, or emotionally. Like something hits a nerve. Someone may have been overwhelmed, scared of vulnerability, maybe just triggered by how real this connection started to feel. That's for some of you. And like I said, we had wild card at the bottom of the deck. And in this deck, it's very similar. Wild card and spontaneous, very similar energies here. So these two, and these are 2 different decks. They're in sync here. So it's like this card is a reminder that not everything is meant to make sense right now. It's the energy of the, expect the unexpected. And it's also a sign that something can still shift, even if you can't predict how it will shift. Okay. So there's a bit of mystery here, possibility, and a sense of a story not necessarily being finished here. Feels like a situation that's a bit in limbo. And when we have soulmate popping up in the challenge or block, I feel like for some of you, this is a soulmate connection. Okay. And that's exactly why all this feels confusing, because soulmate energy, it can feel so amazing and you feel so connected. So when something unexpected happens, it can feel so confusing. And soulmate energy isn't always easy. It can pull things out of us that, we didn't plan to confront. It makes us feel more. It forces growth. And if there is trauma in the mix, it can turn into this push-pull energy. Now, if you believe in this type of thing, maybe this is a twin flame, right? But giving and receiving 1 minute and then shutting down the next, or there was some sort of exchange between the two of you that resulted in some sort of pain, and then something spontaneous took place. Again, as I said, just for some of you. So the overarching theme that I'm getting is someone's wounds are very loud here. And something happens spontaneously, words, distance, behavior, and it has left the other person feeling confused and trying to make sense of it. But the wild card is telling me, at the bottom of the deck, this story, it's not over. And there's a reason it's coming up for you for this monthly reading. And so, yeah, that's what I'm really getting here. And we are going to be diving deep into all of this to see what comes out. So let's get the tarot out. Everything has been pre-shuffled. I did pre-shuffle all this prior to starting this reading during my meditation, but I am going to give this a quick shuffle. But yeah, if this is resonating so far, Capricorn, please drop me a comment or give this video a thumbs up. I would really like to hear your story if you are comfortable sharing that in the comments, because I do read all of my comments. But let's get into this. So we're going to be taking a look at the current mutual situation, the block or challenge, more deeply, the past and what has led up to the current situation, your person's energy, your energy, and the overall outcome for the month. So let's get into it. Sun in the reverse, Leo energy. So yeah, something feels a little dim right now. Strength in the reverse, more Leo energy. 5 of Wands in the reverse. Someone may have been trying to avoid conflict here. And yes, we do have some reversals. Not the way that I read reversals, they're not all bad. There's some I'd rather see in the reverse. So please don't let that make you assume that this reading is going to be all negative. It's not. Temperance in the reverse, but this does match the energy. Your person is showing up a bit imbalanced here. This could be why this person may have acted in a certain way out of nowhere, and it's really contributing to a situation that doesn't feel so optimistic. You are being represented by the 4 of Cups upright. So very interesting. I feel like you are not really accepting a cup here. You're not wanting to, I mean, you may be contemplating here, but there's something about the situation that I feel may have like rubbed you the wrong way. Queen of Cups upright for the overall outcome. So there is some compassion coming in here. Emotions. We'll have to see what this is all about. We do have Three of Swords at the bottom of the deck, so there was some pain here. I mean, look at this. There's definitely some sort of pain and or heartbreak that happened here, some sort of grief. And it really feels like I'm just getting this sense of this felt like a soulmate connection. This felt like this was my person. Maybe in the past you two were able to really work through things. That's just for some of you, but now it feels like the grounds are a bit shaky and there's a lot of raw emotion. So that's what I'm getting so far. What I want to do here, Capricorn, is I want to pull some more cards for each of these positions, clarify them. As a reader, it's just easier for me to do all at once so that I can see the big picture and how everything connects. That's how I'm able to, deliver the most detailed, accurate reading as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to draw all of the cards on camera for transparency, and then we're going to dive deep. All right, Capricorn, let's get into this. So I drew all of the cards on camera, but I did make these little piles just so that things stay organized and the table does not get too overwhelming for your eyes or mine. But we're going to dive deep into this. So let's take a look at the past energies. Now, for some of you, this may be the more recent past. For others of you, this could be the more distant past. Take what resonates. And I don't want to dabble for too long here, but it can be good confirmation for some, and maybe for some of you, you're just getting out of this energy now. But I really feel like there may have been someone who genuinely wanted to avoid conflict or smooth something over. Something may have occurred here in the past. The Page of Cups, there could be a water sign here, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. That's not necessary though, but the Page of Cups is that soft emotional energy. Someone who comes in is very quite intuitive, is willing to offer a little emotional gesture. I mean, it's just a page. So if something occurred in the past, there could have been a little bit of like an apology, a peace offering, or an attempt to connect or even reconnect. But with the Emperor, Aries energy, by the way, for some it's Capricorn, but take what resonates. This shows that whatever was offered here, I don't feel like the person was necessarily like warm or flexible about it. It's almost a sense of, I don't want to argue, or I don't want to fight, but I'm also not going to get emotional or vulnerable about it. So it's a bit of a serious tone, minimal emotion, and controlled delivery. But there was still something here. They may show up in little ways, small emotional gestures, short messages, maybe polite check-ins for some of you, but their overall energy is serious and a bit withdrawn. Like, there's effort, but it's limited. Like, you can feel the restriction and how this person communicates or how much they're willing to give, okay? And this person doesn't like conflict. So if there was any tension, they may have tried to smooth it over, but in a very controlled, minimal way. And even if an apology was offered or a little, gesture here, again, it was small, understated, maybe even emotionally guarded. Like, this is someone who does hold back. They keep their walls up. And I feel like this person, they avoid putting themselves fully out there, especially when feelings get involved at a deeper level, because again, this is just a page. So yeah, but I also feel like you were let down in some way, shape, or form. I'm just getting like, for some of you, if something pretty large happens, like out of nowhere, It's like their apology did, like the proportion was off. I don't know, I'm getting that. Like they should have really shown up here and really, really maybe explained themselves a bit more, or just gave themselves a bit more. You may have been questioning if the apology was sincere. That's just for some of you. If we get into the current energies, we have the Sun in the reverse, Leo energy, the Hierophant, Taurus energy, the Six of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles, and then money versus love in the reverse. So this is pretty interesting because I'm picking up so much here. Give me a moment. On the surface, both of you may still want to appear fine, strong or in control. Six of Wands can be, the public image, appearances, confidence. But underneath that, the Sun in the reverse does show like a lack of clarity, some unhappiness, quiet disappointment. Like things don't really feel that positive. And the Hierophant, this is about structure, tradition, doing things the right way or doing what's expected. But Ten of Pentacles reversed, someone may feel like the long-term picture is unstable, like the foundation isn't secure. And with money versus love in the reverse, someone's priorities. Now, this could be career-focused finances, but it could just be a general lack of stability in everyday life. This is a general reading. It can be, blank versus love. Like there's something here that is creating an imbalance between this person's love life and something else here. But there's something here that is affecting the connection. So either someone has been all about work and neglected the connection, or someone was so focused on the idea of doing things the right way that it's like the emotional part got lost. So it's like something, it's like, yeah, I feel like things were addressed at a superficial level in the past, and now, and I'm getting goosebumps here, like genuinely. So that's usually spirit telling me I'm on the money, but something wasn't fully resolved in the past, and now this is kind of bleeding into the current energies where it just doesn't feel like a very optimistic situation. But this could be a long-term relationship or commitment, but it's like still going along for the ride or still committed to something here. Maybe for some of you, this is a new job, or there's some sort of something new at play here, like a institution, career, because the Hierophant can be organizations. But that's not necessary. But I still see some sort of commitment. It's like going along for the ride, or what was like still keeping, it's like staying the course is the energy that I'm getting. Even though things don't feel so positive, things may be feeling dim, but staying the course and going forward with things and trying to feel as confident as possible, even though we have the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, which is telling me that the stability is falling apart. There's a lot of question around the long term. And you may have seen or envisioned the long term with this person. And while you may be staying the course with this person, there's questions coming up about the long term. Yeah, it's like still moving forward without addressing long-term issues or some sort of issue that impacts the long term. There's some sort of imbalance here that's impacting, or someone else's commitment here is impacting this connection, and it's leading to some sort of instability and downfall. And again, this commitment maybe to work, an organization, like something here. Okay. And with money versus love, I do feel like it's something within the material world. And if we take a look at the block or challenge, again, we do have this soulmate card. And then it was strength in the reverse. We got all major arcana here, the world upright, judgment, and codependency in the reverse. So this is pretty eye-opening here. I'm trying to get my camera to focus a bit better. So this is a soulmate connection. And this is why this feels difficult. Soulmate energy, it brings growth, lessons. It can be emotionally intense. Maybe for some of you, this is a twin flame connection. Well, in this particular deck, I don't have a twin flame card if you believe in that type of thing. But this is someone that you may have envisioned the long term with, at least at one point. But with strength in the reverse, I feel like someone... Sorry about that, Capricorn. I got a phone call. I don't know why I'm dealing with so many disruptions, probably because of the upcoming Mercury retrograde, not quite sure, but this happened in the Leo video that I did yesterday as well. But anyway, let's get back into this. So again, this is a soulmate connection, and I really feel that, you know, soulmate energy, it does bring growth, lessons, emotional intensity. And in this deck, I mean, I don't have a twin flame card, but if you believe in that type of thing, then maybe this is your twin flame. But strength in the reverse shows that someone feels overwhelmed or vulnerable. And it may feel like there's a lack of emotional stamina to face what this connection is bringing up. And with the world and judgment, someone is closing out some sort of old cycle, reviewing the past. And there is some sort of awakening here. Something is shifting. There's some sort of turning point. But this is major arcana, so this could be something that is occurring around the two of you. And with codependency in the reverse, I mean, in the positive form, this card is about someone who, you know, has that healthy detachment, you know, and they're able to have a strong, healthy connection while also having a strong connection with themselves. And, you know, there's no push-pull dynamic or codependency at play. But sometimes this can be about pulling back to focus on themselves, and it can also be a hyper-dependent energy, or someone who is just fully focused on themselves, as one would be outside of a connection. I'm feeling that there was a shift in this connection. It may have occurred out of nowhere. It's brought up confusion. I feel like you two, it's this energy of being in it for the long haul, but there's some sort of energy around it that is bringing in some sort of doubts about the future. And this could be someone who is very focused on another area of their life at this time, because some sort of cycle was closed out, and there's some sort of awakening here that is occurring in this person's life. But it's also, there's cracks in the foundation. If we take a look at this person's energy, we have Temperance in the reverse, the Nine of Swords in the reverse, the Seven of Pentacles upright in the Chariot. I mean, this person, there is a lot of emotional overwhelm. Temperance in the reverse is imbalance, extremes, possibly someone not even really, you know, knowing how to handle their feelings. Someone could even be indulging in some substances. That's just for some of you, not all of you. But this person has been stuck in their head. And there's been some reflection on this, some evaluation on the direction of this connection because something feels very stuck. This person may have been losing sleep over the situation, but I feel like they're trying to calm themselves down. But again, they are reflecting on this. This person, they haven't walked away mentally, but they also don't know how to move forward. It's like they don't know what to say or do next. But there is this sense with this oracle card, like there is sadness, missing, longing, but also some avoidance here or extremes. It's like this sense of overwhelm. It's hard for this person to address a situation here. Tell me more about Temperance in the reverse. Ten of Swords in the reverse. The Devil in the reverse. Okay. This person is really reflecting on what they are offering or this connection. I feel like this person is reflecting on where this connection is going. Three of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I'm strongly feeling this. There's a lot of ups and downs for this person. I feel like they're trying, they're really wanting to put this down mentally, but I feel like it's very, very tough on them mentally. Like they're thinking about it a lot. It's like it feels like that point where everything becomes mentally overwhelming. Like when a situation keeps looping in your head and, it's looping in this person's head. And I feel like they're trying to stay rational, trying to analyze it. But there are so many unknowns and no real sense of direction. And it's just very exhausting. And, the King of Pentacles upright, this is someone who's trying to be practical, trying to also evaluate with the Seven of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, okay? Trying to make sense of things practically. But emotionally, with this King of Cups in reverse, it's like they're feeling a lot deep down. And it's like carrying this weight that isn't moving anywhere. So the situation feels stuck. It's like nothing is changing. And I feel like they're starting to realize, or they're feeling like they have to put this down so that they can have a sense of peace. It's like the situation is driving them crazy, and it feels so heavy to keep holding. And it's like overthinking isn't giving them answers. So it's this moment where they're just feeling like they can't keep spinning in the same place. This person has a lack of clarity too. I'm getting goosebumps again. This person's very much in their head about this situation, like whatever happened here. Because I feel like you and this person are still staying the course, but it's not smooth right now. And I feel like there's a lot of questions about what the future will bring, but I feel like there has been some sort of interference. And when we take a look at your cards, we have Shattered, and the main card for you was the Four of Cups upright, the Ace of Wands, and the Eight of Wands in the reverse. So I'm really feeling that you're tired. You're disappointed here. You are not chasing. You feel let down. The Ace of Wands reverse. It's like the spark feels blocked. You're not taking action here. The Eight of Wands reverse, communication slowed or stopped. You're not initiating. You may be feeling a bit apathetic. For some of you, maybe even a bit fed up. But Shattered confirms that there was some sort of moment that deeply hurt you here. Maybe you didn't expect their behavior. Maybe it came out of nowhere. But you're protecting your energy now. This person let you down. It's like, did this person take on another commitment? Maybe, like I said, to work, or there's something here that they're dealing with externally that is heavily impacting this connection. They're feeling it, you're feeling it, and this may have caused some sort of maybe a tower moment, or you just feeling very like emotionally shattered in some way. Let's pull a few more here. Overall, if I was going to sum this up, you're feeling shattered because of this imbalance or extreme. Yeah, like you're not putting, yeah, oh my gosh. It's like this cannot be any clearer. Yeah, most reversals, but you're not putting in the effort here. It's like this may be put on the back burner. You're not taking a leap of faith here. You're just like, I'll maybe come back to this at another time, because you're feeling a lot right now. And this made sense because remember in the beginning I pulled with the Oracle deck these cards, but I said practice self-love was at the bottom of the deck, and that is very very much in alignment with the energies that I'm seeing. Connection. I mean, I feel like you still feel very much connected to this person. There's no doubt about that. But with sparks in the reverse, it feels like it's kind of sizzling out here. And it could be because of all this pressure and you're just exhausted. Someone may have, I just feel like there could have been some sort of exchange between the two of you and something was said, or this person may have overcommitted to something else in their life. You're staying the course with them, but it's like you know that this person is either taking on something in their life now or they're focused on something that is really impacting this, and you're shattered by it for some reason. And I don't feel like it's in a selfish way or anything like that. It's more like objectively the cards show that this person is very imbalanced. This person is very extreme, and maybe in like how they go about things or with their emotions. You know, I'm picking something up here, and this may not resonate for all of you, but I'm going to say it anyway. Let me give you an example of how this energy, of this energy that I'm picking up, like this person, like I said, they're extreme. So it's like this could be the type of person who, like, this is just an example, like out of nowhere drops the news that completely changes the direction of the connection. It might suddenly be like, oh hey, by the way, I'm moving across the country for a few months, or I took a new job and I'll barely be around, with zero warning, zero discussion, zero emotional, consideration. And it's not the job or the opportunity or whatever it is that, itself that hurts. It's the way that it's delivered, sudden, detached, like it's no big deal. Like there's no balance, there's no awareness of how their choices affect you. And because this person tends to operate in extremes, or at least they are right now, okay, it creates confusion. Like one moment they're present, showing intent, these little gestures, even though it may not have been perfect. And then it's like the next moment they're gone or shifting priorities without thinking twice. So for you in this connection, this kind of behavior can feel shattering. And it, like, again, it's not that you don't want this person to succeed or do what they want to do. You're not a controlling person. The issue here is the suddenness and the lack of communication. It almost feels like emotional neglect. Like it creates this sinking feeling of, well, where do I fit in this? Like, do I matter in their plans? And I feel like this is where the confusion and hurt really comes in. That's what I'm really getting here. And so you may feel a bit shut down or shut off right now. It's like, sure, you may want to connect, but right now it's like the pieces are on the floor. Wow. This is a lot. If this is resonating for you, please, please, please let me know below. I'm going to make some space here. I've never really. We're just going to put these all up here. The outcome, euphoria in the reverse. Queen of Cups upright. I pulled more than usual here because I felt the need to do so. The Two of Pentacles in the reverse, the Hanged Man in the reverse, the Page of Wands, and the Five of Cups upright. And I know, Capricorn, this reading may have been a little bit all over the place. I was picking up so much, so that's why I was a bit repetitive and all over the place at first. And I just really wanted to be as detailed as possible here. So I feel like there's some reflection here. Could be a water sign, fire signs, or someone with that in their chart, but not necessary. I feel like someone is reflecting, because yeah, it's like this person's priorities out of whack. I don't know why that came to mind, but this person is upright. This is like balancing your priorities, good time management, you know, and so forth. But when it's in the reverse, it's like their priorities are misaligned here. And I feel like with the Hanged Man, there is some enlightenment here, or if there was a bit of slowed energy, which, so this could be you. Yeah, once suspended and then getting out of the suspended energy. So after some reflection, I feel like a message is going to be sent. Like maybe this is you or your person. Okay, a card just flew on the floor, fell on the floor from my deck. Let's see what it is. It's the Three of Wands upright. So yeah, this could be either you responding to a message or sending out a message, initiating some sort of movement. Again, this could be about travel. That's just for some of you. But I feel like there's going to be some sort of message here. Someone is sad. Someone is in their feelings. Yeah, because this message is like, hey, like I feel betrayed by this. Or if this person is, I mean, either or could be initiating. It really depends on where you're at in the situation. So I'm just going to read it just overall. But there is going to be some sort of communication here that is letting the other person know that they feel betrayed or that they really felt shattered by a situation. Yeah, it might be a bit out of nowhere, but it's like, yeah, I feel like this person was very like impulsive. And euphoria in the reverse, I mean, the conversation or whatever it is that's coming in here, it's not going to be some sort of fairy tale reunion. It's going to be raw, honest, vulnerable, maybe emotional. But it's someone admitting regret or loss, and it's like no longer pretending that everything is perfect, because when you found out about this, maybe you just decided to pull away here. And it could have been out of a sense of like shock. So it's a step forward. It's not a resolution that I'm seeing, but a door is opening. It's not the whole story. This is interesting. Let's pull another card here. Mirroring, yeah. Yeah, so you two, drama at the bottom of the deck. Maybe there was some drama, but there was at least some tension here after what happened. But I feel like you two may have been mirroring each other prior to this conversation, and then someone with interference in the reverse breaks that silence and comes in. Again, it could be you initiating, it could be this person initiating, but there is this overall reflection on past actions and basically whatever this big shock factor was. And I feel like it really threw you through a loop. That's what I'm really getting here. If this is resonating for you, please let me know down below in the comments. I do read all of them. We're going to do something fun here to hopefully brighten the mood a little bit. I know this is difficult, but I want you to know that the tough conversation is happening regardless of who initiates it, right? No need to, focus on the controlling factor of who initiates this or that. The main thing here is that this conversation is happening, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to do a very quick pick a card. You don't have to like pick a cards. I mean, this is optional. If you don't want it, this can be the end of the reading for you. But if you like pick a cards or you want to do this, all you need to do is pick either number 1, 2, or 3. If you don't like pick a cards, you can go with pile 1, which is the default pile, or if you can't choose, you can go with 1. If you're drawn to 1, please choose that anyway. But we're just going to draw a few additional cards for each number to get some more information. Okay, so we're going to start with those who chose number 1. So here's an additional message that flew out. We're going to, oh my gosh, abandon, free will, summer, big dreams. Interesting. Six of Swords upright. I feel like something is going to be abandoned here or walked away from to go towards better waters with the Six of Swords. There may be some sort of resolution here. It's like someone leaving something out in the cold because they want to. In big dreams, it's like, but this has to do with whatever it is that they really want. So I'm going to put it out there. And I do think that this is more so of ensuring strength within this connection, especially with the Six of Swords upright coming out here. That just makes the most sense. Oh my gosh, and we have the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. So after this conversation, whatever this factor is, like this person may like go back on it or cancel it or abandon it because they want to bring in this warmer energy and go towards what it is that they truly want, which may very well be you. So it may feel very aligned. It's just needing to get through this conversation. I mean, I like this. And summer may be significant for some of you. Maybe something happened here in the summer. Interesting. So let's get to those who chose number 2. Received. The answer is yes. I'm going to draw one more here. Vibrations. Oops. Well, that didn't come out, so we're not taking it. Let's pull tarot card here. Justice in the reverse. So yeah, something has felt unfair here. There's going to be a message that is received. You could be responding to this. But I feel like you're raising your vibration and your frequency, and you're addressing the situation pretty confidently. You may want this person to take accountability for what they did. You may want them to see how they hurt you. It's like pointing out the situation for what it is. That there's something here that feels really, really unfair. But I feel like you're going to approach this confidently with this vibrations card. So if you chose 3, this next message is for you. Reinvention. Communication. Let's draw one card here. One additional tarot. Ooh, okay, so there may be some anxiety. There may be someone who's going around and around in their head. I feel like the truth needs to come out, and it's going to happen through communication. It's like this, I feel like adjustments are going to be made with this reinvention. This may be very, very like prominent and important for this upcoming Mercury retrograde, Capricorn. But yeah, I'm also getting that for some of you, it could be how this person delivered it or the way that they went about it in such an extreme way. Like that may need to be reinvented. Or like it's like they can't keep doing that. There's something here that was very, very painful that needs to be addressed and changed and adjusted. And through communication, that may take place. So that's what I'm really getting here for you, Capricorn. So we are going to be taking this over to the extended reading. We're going to take a look at a whole lot of things there. If you like in-depth, detailed readings, you might like my style. You know, if you are looking for just quick surface level readings, you're not going to find that here or in the extended either. But if you'd like to follow me over to the extended, the link for that is in the description box below. In the extended, we're going to be exploring this person's deepest feelings, if and how they will act on those feelings or like their next moves, their intentions, what you may not know about this person or situation that you should know, the long-term trajectory or the overall outcome just, you know, beyond the next month or 30 days. We'll take a look at some advice and whatever else comes up. I love diving deep with you all. And I'm very invested in this situation. And please let me know below if you feel comfortable sharing. Please let me know, what was the shock factor? What hit you out of nowhere? Like, what is this all about? I really would like to know. And if you don't feel comfortable sharing, I totally understand. But give this video a thumbs up so at least I know that it is resonating with people out there. But yeah, that's what I have for you. And please like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Your support means more to me than you will ever know. And by the way, if you are interested in the extended, keep watching. I'll give you a bit of a preview of it. But yeah, that's what I have for you. Thank you so much. I love you all, and I will see you next time. Bye. It's like they're making decisions fast without thinking them through, and it's like the fallout doesn't hit them until later. And it's not like convenience either. You know, there's genuine love and feelings here. And with the Emperor, start healing, like wish fulfillment. Emotionally, this person has not let this go. They're really reflecting on all of this. Like, this situation isn't that difficult, but this person is ignoring the signs. They're ignoring their intuition. And they're trying to control the situation and be lacking this internal awareness and really reacting to the chaos in their own life and fears and just a lot of like their own trauma and the way